It was only a dream, beginning in the late winter of 2022. We had a vision of a colorful garden filled with native plants right in our own backyard. A variety of flowers would draw the pollinators, all for the protection of our local ecosystem. We could imagine bees and butterflies and moths feasting on bee balm, milkweed, coreopsis. A good spot was available, a grassy knoll at the end of a cul-de-sac with excellent drainage, all-day sun, plus easy access for gardeners and tools. In spite of the wintry weather of January and February, neighbors were getting excited. We were lucky to have a resident expert to provide guidance, including a timeline and a plan for selecting native plants with successive blooms, contrasting colors, and ascending heights from low to high. Very soon, the new pollinator garden was approved by the Homeowners Association, and utility officials marked the underground lines with flags. Volunteers started collecting big cardboard boxes to be spread in the garden area and smother the thick grass. Overlapping the heavy cardboard was held down by rocks and then covered with a thick layer of mulch over the 25 by 45 foot curving shape. Individuals began collecting recommended plants, all native to our area, from local garden stores, annual sales of public gardens, including the North Carolina Botanical Garden, and donations from individuals. By early May, the cardboard and grass had decomposed quickly due to a wet, warm spring, and the garden was ready for planting. After all of the planning and preparation, we could enjoy the fun part, putting the plants in the ground. Once the first plants were in, volunteers signed up to do maintenance, weeding, and watering for the young starters. Sure enough, pollinators found the new growth and blooms that very first spring. We did have some unwanted visitors nibbling our young plants, groundhogs, deer, rabbits, so we installed cones of chicken wire to deter the wildlife until the plants could mature enough in height and strength. Spring of 2023 brought the emergence of new growth, more vigorous than we could ever have imagined. We added more plants and divided some of the others, like the penstemons and Stokes asters. By early summer, the garden was abuzz with birds, bees, moths, and butterflies. It was a wonder to see the height and blooms of the bright white elderberry flowers and the lavender bee balm and blazing star blue liatris as they rose in the center of the garden, surrounded by golden alexander and coreopsis and rudbeckia and purple Stokes asters and coneflowers. The white prairie goldenrod and lobelias bloomed in late summer, making a stark contrast to the fading colors of the spring bloomers. Now, just 18 months after the first cardboard was placed, the plot has transformed into a pollinator garden so lush that many plants are demanding to be divided and transplanted. Neighbors continue to visit every day and comment on the bees and birds and butterflies. They appreciate the beauty of the garden and learning about the species through the plant ID markers. The original group of volunteers has grown in number, and folks communicate frequently through email messages and garden activity. The pollinator garden at Sullivan's Lake has become a source of friendship and camaraderie, binding together volunteer workers who are eager to continue to contribute to a beautiful, meaningful resource for the community.